Today we're going to make a desk organizer made out of recyclable materials. We're going to use some milk cartons from the lunches, school lunches. Paper towel roll cut in half, or you can use a toilet paper roll. Then there's a piece of cardboard. It's cut roughly 5 by 7, 5 by 8. And this is like a bottom piece from a Velveeta box. I made a school organizer for my kids, and which looks like this. On theirs, I also use the milk cartons. These are the milk cartons here. This is a yogurt cup, and then in the front here, these two pieces are part of a toilet paper roll. So we're gonna do the same thing, but just more. That's gonna hold more things. So the first thing you want to do is you want to cut your milk cartons, and you're going to need 3 of them along the top here. Okay, we're going to cut along the top here so they look like this. So now I have mine are already pre-cut. I'm going to use a glue gun to glue them together. So you should probably going to need maybe 2 or 3 extra glue sticks. So make sure that you have all your materials ready. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue these 3 together first. You can do it along any edge, it doesn't matter. They're about the same size anyway, so I'm just going to do it on the side here. You can put them on the same size, different size. Like I say, it doesn't really matter because after we're done, we're gonna paint it. I mean, they don't necessarily have to be very straight, but it will make it look nicer if they are level. Okay, so now that we have them, all of them 3 put together, we're gonna glue them onto our cardboard base here. And then we're going to put it on the edge here. I'm just going to make sure that it lines up on the edge here. Not necessarily for any other reason than for aesthetics. It looks nicer when things line up, to me. Then the next thing, I'm going to get my paper towel roll, and I'm going to glue it right next to my milk cup, not milk jugs, milk cartons, whatever. This can be a challenge because sometimes you can't necessarily get it right on there. So you want to put it right next to it. Just gonna push down a little bit. Okay. Now the next part is, now I'm gonna glue this piece right in front. I need one more glue stick, like I say, make sure you're prepared. Okay, and that go right next to the other ones. And push it down. And if you want, you can also glue it in the middle here, but it probably won't be necessary since they're pretty much stuck together. And depending on your personal taste, if you want to trim the side here and trim it here so that it looks like one piece, you can do that. I'm gonna have to make some use of my blue because my kids used most of it on their projects. I'm just gonna mix it with a little bit of white, just a little lighter color. Hopefully it'll be enough for at least something. Well, you can choose whatever colors you want. I'm just using the acrylic paint that I get from the dollar store. You can buy anything from anywhere. You can use whatever kind of paint you want. This is just, you know, a budget project. So there's the color. I came out actually pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and paint from the back here. And from experience doing my kids' projects, it takes a couple of coats to really cover up the milk cartons. And you should let them dry in between before you move on. And if you want to paint the insides of them, you can. You don't have to. I'm going to maybe do it. And here I'm just going to do the tops here since you're not going to be able to see the other color anyway. And it saves me on paint. And I will do a side here. And I'll paint this also blue. I'll paint this purple because I have more of that paint. You know, it depends if you want more rustic look, you know, just 1 or 2 coats. It's up to you. Yeah, the yogurt cups I used for my kids' project were a little bit more challenging to paint because since they're plastic, they didn't retain the color very well. So I had to use several coats of paint. But I think the paper towel, because it is paper, it should absorb the color better. And I can save on paint. So just with the one color looks pretty good. Well, now I'm gonna let the blue dry, and then I will do some of the purple, so I don't make this video too long. But basically this is all this craft is. I mean, most of it is once you put the cardboard box with the milk cartons and you paint it, decorate it however you want, That's pretty much it. It's really simple. I mean, anybody could do it. You can use different types of things for the front part, like I showed you with my kids project, that instead of putting this huge box here, I just used pieces of a toilet paper roll or paper towel roll for storage of like small stuff. You can use some more milk cartons. You can use other items that you may have around the house, and you don't have to go buy anything. Right now, we're, you know, everybody's, I'm sure, is trying to save money, working from home or not having a stable financial situation. Then you can benefit from recycling things that you have around your house. And I think I'm going to paint the inside of the cardboard also, just so that it looks a little nicer. You know, the inside, nobody's going to look at it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to necessarily use a lot of paint, because you're going to be storing things in here. Whatever it is you decide to store, you know, sticky notes, I don't know, paper clips, paper, whatever it is you want to put in here. It doesn't really matter what the bottom really looks like, because the only one that's going to know whether or not you did a good painting job is you. Okay, so this is the finished product. So I added my name and I put a little butterfly with using a stencil. It took me a while to put it together, that's why I didn't bother putting it on video. But I went ahead and gave it another coat in the inside on both of them, in the inside and all the way around. So see, now that it's got about 3 coats, it looks a lot darker. You can't really see that they were for milk cartons or anything. So then the last thing, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like once you start putting stuff in there. So now I'm going to put a stapler, and I'm going to put some post-it notes. And some markers. My reading glasses I now need to use every day. Some scissors and some pens. So there it is. That is my new organizer here at home. I'll probably find some other stuff I can put in there, but you know, you can choose what to put, whatever you need, that you need on an everyday basis, that you need to have in one spot when you're away from the office and working from home. I hope you enjoyed this craft, and we'll see you next time.